suck. What's up, guys? This is Brian, my buddy Jeff. We got Colby on the video
Hey, guys.
chat with Discord. We decided that we were going to start a little, podcast / reaction type channel where we just fan out about everyday stuff that we like, whether it be TV shows, movies, books, games.
Books.
You name it.
There'll be no books.
Okay, Harry. Biggest Harry Potter fan in the world next to his wife over there.
Hey, don't knock Harry Potter.
Yeah, you just got back from there, didn't you?
Just never read the
I proposed to my wife at the Wizarding World, so hey, it worked.
Yeah, I just got back 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, he was just there for the butterbeer.
Yeah.
But anyways, so this will be our first official video. We've all known each other for a long time. Just a bunch of normal dudes that love pop culture. So today we're going to be talking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Jeff and I, Colby and I have been watching it as they come out. We asked Jeff what his thoughts were earlier this week and found out he hadn't watched it, so he just binge watched it all.
He's the one person that hasn't seen it, so we made him binge them yesterday.
I was the one.
Yeah, so since it's all fresh in your head, and since you just watched it this week, what do you think so far?
I think they've done a really good job, especially since it's not Jon Favreau Productions. Yeah. I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, so do I. Like, I was expecting it to be crappy because it wasn't.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I know what you meant, Brian.
Yeah, I'm dumb.
It was really good so far. I mean, I'm excited for this 5th episode.
So, who's your favorite character so far?
I'm probably gonna go with Bucky. Just because Hot Tub Time Machine,
the legendary White Wolf.
There's no need to bring race into it.
Colby? You went there.
It's John. I love Wyatt Russell. He's awesome. John Walker's.
Can we talk about how much he looks like his dad?
Well, yeah, dude. I know you've seen the meme where he right when he comes out the very first episode, and they put the guy from Up, like his face over him. He looks just like that with his big ass square jaw and stuff and that stupid goofy face that he made.
Yeah,
you're supposed to hate this character. Like, this character is like the worst. But at the same time, it's like, then the second episode comes out and it's like, oh, this is just a dude. He's just a guy trying to do what he thinks is right. And then you see some of the decisions he made and you're like, this guy's horrible. He's not a bad Captain America. He's not my Cap, but he's not a bad Captain America physically. He seems to be able to handle the shield pretty well, but he's just I don't know.
It was very clear.
I love to hate him.
The job interview for like Captain America was hiring based off of paper resume and not actual experience or character traits.
Yeah,
I haven't looked this up.
He's corporate America, not Captain America. Yeah,
I hate to keep bringing back movie references from people from other movies, but wasn't he in Knocked Up?
Maybe
at the club, like hitting on the older sister.
Maybe.
He had like the
I haven't
blonde hair.
Knocked Up since
it
came out.
Did you see that the baseball movie that's kind of like the spiritual successor to Dazed and Confused? It's called Everybody Wants Some. It's like came out a few years ago. It's actually really good. He plays like a 30-year-old. It's a college baseball team, right? He plays like a 30-year-old like guy who is like pretending to be college age, and he's a pitcher, and he gets like caught, and they kick him out of school, and he's a really good actor. Is
he the same one that was in the second Channing Tatum and
Yes. He's the
quarterback.
He's the quarterback, yeah, and he's in that like World War II zombies movie, Overlord, where they like paratroop down into the Germany somewhere, and they find this like secret Nazi research place, and there's zombies there and stuff, and he's like the main guy, and he's really good. But yeah, Ryan, you're right. It's like if you were to take his dad and just put him blonde hair, like give him Goldie Hawn's hair, that's him. I mean, he looks exactly like both of them. It's weird how he looks exactly like both of them.
Wait, who is he?
It's Kurt Russell's son.
No fucking.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you can't. No, this is definitely not a kid-friendly show. Well, now it's not. Jeff ruined it. But when you look at him now, it's like you can't unsee it. Like, he looks exactly like him.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah,
I like him even more. I mean, I don't like him as Cat, but I like him in his
I
previous movies.
I
he's
thought
done.
it was actually him in Guardians 2 in the very beginning when it's like Kurt Russell really younger and they like de-aged him. I
right.
thought that was him, but it was actually another actor. It's like, why didn't you just get him? He looks exactly like him anyway. Yeah, you wouldn't even have to
Yeah.
de-age him. But now he's in the
That's
MCU anyway.
crazy.
So since you guys didn't ask, my favorite character so far has actually been
Hey Brian,
Zemo.
who's your favorite character?
Yeah, so Baron Zemo.
Yeah, Zemo's legit, dude. He's I mean, that's
he's a controversial character to love, right? Because he's done all these fucked up things.
you mean
And the show kind of
the Zemo cut where he's just like
yeah, like they are trying to make you forget he's a villain, which makes him more dangerous, I feel like.
Right.
And I love the scene where he threw the hood on and kicked a bunch of ass in
Yeah.
the storage container area. But I'm excited to see what they do with him next, and especially what they plan to do with the new Cap or U.S. agent.
US agent, yeah, because it's interesting when you like know a little bit about the comics, you know, and you kind of know where the story's going, but then they may change it up because I mean, if Iron Man 3 is any indication, they're just not going to follow the comics at all. So
well, see, I've never read the comics, and I assumed that he was going to die, like until he injected himself with the super soldier.
Yeah. Oh, and we forgot beforehand. This is going to be full of spoilers, but
yeah.
we'll put an edit. We'll add something.
But up until that point, like I was like, oh, they're going to just kill this guy off because
it's funny you say that because
replace Captain America.
Yeah, so I thought like the very first mission that he goes on, and he seems pretty good with the shield, and then he throws his shield to save Battlestar Lamar.
Right.
And then he's like hanging from the back of the truck, and there's like 6 super soldiers up there. I'm like, he's about to get his fucking head like knocked off. Like he's about to kill him right here. You know?
Oh, I thought the same thing.
Yeah. So, are you familiar with his character at all?
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
Well, supposedly his character. Who knows what they'll actually do?
All right. Well, you guys want to go ahead and get started?
Let's do it.
Yeah, I think so. Excited to see what happens next.
All right, firing it up.
Is it loud enough for you?
Yeah, I can barely hear you though. But...
That's Martian Manhunter's dad from Supergirl.
Oh yeah.
Do you guys give a shit at all about her story?
No.
I don't either.
The scene with the I pause it. The scene with I can't remember the guy's name. The super soldier, the older super soldier.
Isaiah Bradley?
Yeah. There's a lot of like really good like social justice stuff they do.
Yeah.
There
oh my god,
like,
dude! Is this guy bothering you? And I'm like, oh my god, dude! They're standing in the fucking street. You know
that episode was real as shit.
Yeah.
Though. But I felt like they did a good job without being in your face because I really don't like when TV and movie gets political. But I felt like it was well done.
Going back to the girl with her storyline, I actually enjoy it.
Really interesting. Okay, cool. Well,
pretty interested in her story and
well,
like
I guess
she's trying to do the right thing, but she's going about it all wrong.
Well, that's every good villain thinks they're the good guy,
right?
Yeah.
To be a good villain, you have to think you're the good guy.
I guess I should have said with the way that they're executing it because, like, due to COVID, they had to basically rewrite like half of her entire story. Because there was going to be a big like global pandemic subplot in this movie, but then it became too close to home with COVID, so they had to like change it. And there's definitely scenes that you can tell are like chopped together and edited weird. I actually like her character, and I kind of agree with what she's doing. It's just, it's like the world has changed. Like, you can't go back to having half the people of the universe gone.
Right. Well, I really like how they introduced her too, like in the back of the cargo truck, like this.
That's clever.
This little innocent looking girl, and then all of a sudden, he gets punched in the back of it.
Yeah, the first
smashes the front of the
his
truck.
first clue should have been like he's in the front truck and there's another truck behind him like 10 feet and he opens the door and like the truck in the back does nothing to stop, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, it's obviously
he fell asleep at the wheel and is still driving
Mhm.
perfectly.
Yeah, it's a Tesla, it's fine.
Yeah. All right, let's roll.
Dude, that surprised the shit out of me, dude. I was like, oh my god, because Battlestar's like from the comics. I mean, it's not like this character is just made up. So you guys think you think he cut his head off, or did he hit him in the chest?
Here?
Yeah.
Definitely in the chest.
Yeah.
I think he did this like a hand for a hand, eye for an eye type thing.
Right. Yeah, I agree. A lot of people were like, oh, he cut his head off. I'm like, it's still Disney Plus, man. Come on.
Would you just start it over?
No, it's just the lead in.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
Speaking of half the universe disappearing, did you guys notice that in Endgame, the people that dusted are not in this sequence?
That was
like
the darkest intro.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah. That was crazy.
With the music that was playing.
Yeah.
I can't remember what song that was, but yeah, that pulled on the heartstrings a little bit.
Yeah.
But you know what? They did my boy Star-Lord wrong by making him screw up the whole stealing the gauntlet in the first place.
I've heard there's a really good cameo in this, but I don't know who it is. I just know that there's a cameo.
Dude got a hickey on the way over here.
A bit of a vampire.
Well, aren't they in like Prague? So maybe they're close to Transylvania or something. All right, that was lame.
Yeah. It's Morbius.
Yeah, there you go. That's how they're going to bring everything in. The Spider-Verse. I like the parallel between this and like Steve, because we've seen this exact like moment from Steve, just in a totally different, root cause.
Yeah. You know, the crazy thing is, if Cap had done something like this, he probably would have gotten away with it, like whenever he was first Cap, at least, because cell phones and stuff didn't exist. Like, it would have been an urban legend and not anything else.
Right.
Cell phones are so dangerous in the world.
I have a theory that cell phones have actually destroyed like all popular stories from like sitcoms. Like, you can't make a story anymore that can't be solved by having a smartphone, like the Seinfeld episode when they can't find a table at the Chinese restaurant. It's like, just get your cell phone and call someone and go to another one.
Yeah.
Now Jeff is realizing how much he looks like his dad and he can't unsee it now.
Yeah.
They're gonna ask for the shield.
Come get it.
He forgets that Bucky's also got the serum in him, and Sam's no slouch.
And it's had it a long time.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Well, I think the crazy thing is going to be he was already ridiculous before he took the Super Soldier Serum. It's Falcon's armor made out of. That's stopping that.
Is his armor vibranium?
I have no idea.
They never really said.
Whoa.
Oof.
They caught it?
This is a good fight.
Oh, shit, there goes his arm. Ooh.
That would have
Damn, that was sick.
That was sick.
Thunderbolts.
Mm.
Sam's doing pretty good by himself. I mean, even though he's kind of losing. Oh, shit.
Shit.
That's like his only move now. He just kills people in the
Yeah.
chest with a shield.
Come on, Bucky.
Bucky's gonna have to like go straight up Winter Soldier, like old school Winter Soldier on him.
That's kind of what's aggravating so far in this fight, actually. Is he was
I think he's
even
holding
with
back,
Cap.
honestly. Not like on
Maybe
purpose.
his
I mean, like
arm's kind of messed up from
that's what I mean. Like I think he's
it
trying to
being
make.
ripped off
I think he's trying to prevent himself from going full ape shit.
Ooh,
Oh,
That's gonna leave a mark.
that hurt.
oh my God! They all got hurt
That was a WWE move right there.
I'm telling you.
except Real. He needs to sit up like Kane. Oh my God!
RKO.
Out of nowhere!
Macho Man off the guardrail up there.
Bucky could have kept it if he wanted to. But he knows Sam.
I don't think Bucky ever wanted it.
Yeah, well, he knows Steve chose Sam.
Yeah, Steve
so
wanted him to get it.
I think Bucky's afraid of having it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of
he's
it.
not worthy of it. As many people as he's killed.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
I think he's afraid to. I think he's afraid to do what John Walker did.
Yeah. He doesn't trust himself with it. I can't believe it took episode 5 for them to get that damn shield. Jesus. All the promo footage of the show was them training with it. And I was like, God damn. The last episode?
Guarantee they're an enemy of the state now.
Well,
they're going to be labeled as terrorists.
I don't know. It depends on how they spin the John Walker thing because, like, they could be like, look, he killed this guy in cold blood and we stopped him. Torres.
You guys think there's something up with this guy?
So I really did at the beginning of the first episode because he's like filming. He's like live streaming in the middle of like wherever the hell they were, and I'm like, that's kind of weird. And then he was all like, "Hey Sam, where are you going? Who are you gonna go see?" I thought there was, but then I did some research on who he is, and I was like, "Oh, that's where they're going." But I mean, I assume. Hey, do me a favor. Say something real quick.
Something real quick.
Okay, we're good.
It's just weird that it seemed like he shows up and then all the other personnel just left.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's also strange in the first episode. They're like, "Hey, I'll be your boots on the ground," and it's like he gets in a freaking Humvee and takes off, and he's like, "Shit, he's outnumbered." And it's like, Falcon is one guy. If he goes against two people, he's outnumbered. Like what? Like what? What are you doing, dude?
Leaves the wings, takes the shield.
I don't need them.
Keep him.
Yep. Well, that's in line with your research, I bet.
Well, I mean, it certainly doesn't hurt that theory. Court martial. Isn't John Walker the guy that joined the Taliban? From, like back in like early 2000s?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. They always say the serum like makes people either better or worse, you know? And he's off the deep end. Like Steve was already really good, so it made him really good, you know?
Well, for him, it was his insecurities.
Right. It takes
He was insecure the entire time.
Exactly. Damn.
So is that supposed to be Lamar's wife that was with him?
No, I think that's his old lady, isn't it? Because wasn't she the one that showed up in the locker room at the very beginning?
Yeah.
We've only seen her like
You're right. You're right.
Yeah. Oh, I thought for a second he was going to pass out there. You see his head like wave. She looks like that. That what's her name? The Cortez chick. What is her name? The politician.
AOC.
Yeah, she looks just like her. And he looks just like the guy from Guardians of the Galaxies too.
Nah, he looks more like Goldie Hawn. She does look like AOC.
Right? I thought it was her, like in like a you know, a meta type of role. Who's this?
Maybe your cameo?
Oh my god.
Is that the girl from Seinfeld?
Yeah, that's funny. I brought that up earlier. I guess this is it.
Move over, wife.
Wow.
She said her name already?
I just noticed that stupid blue streak in her hair.
Yeah, I was going to ask if it was
I just
purple.
noticed it.
Looks good.
What is she, an X-Men?
I mean, that's what I was thinking, like the reverse storm, you know? What would the reverse storm be? Like a sunny day? Like
Call her bright side.
He's like, what the fuck just happened? Did he say anything during that entire scene?
No. There will be. I loved when Zemo was like, "I need to meet my friend," and it was like the little 10-year-old.
Yeah, he's like, my associate is just, and my associate's just up ahead. He's awesome. It's really cool that he's not like a super powerful being, you know, or a god. He's like a perfect like MCU level like cerebral villain. You know, he's awesome.
He is an A villain.
Do you
that could be a B villain?
Do you recognize? Yeah, do you recognize her from Solo, Ryan? She's in Enfys Nest.
Oh yeah,
the leader. She no matter what she's in, she's always the leader of like a fake terrorist organization.
Typecasting at its best.
Yeah.
I don't know why that made me think of Captain Planet. Jitter cam much.
I've noticed it too.
I thought that guy right there would have a bigger role than he's had so far.
The guy with the long black hair.
Yeah, it took me a while to realize, like, when he finally started talking that episode, I was like, oh, he's the one that jumped out of the bank in the very first episode.
Right.
Like, it took me a while. I was like, because his voice doesn't match what you'd expect.
Right.
Okay, so this is interesting.
Yeah.
Some kind of Sokovia memorial. Did you pause it?
And it.
No,
it said you did.
Oh.
But
sorry, I must have
here.
Okay, I must have clicked on accident.
I'm curious if it's a deliberate messaging there of Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver there with their parents that died.
Maybe. Yeah.
Older sister, younger brother.
Well, so they kind of retconned him too. He was Sokovian Special Forces in Age of Ultron, and then in this, he was like, "Oh, I'm a baron, I'm rich," which is more to his comic origin. So maybe he's a rich guy who joined the military. I can get behind that. So maybe that's.
Are you talking about Zemo?
Yeah, sorry. So maybe that's him and his family because he's the Baron of Sokovia.
Could be.
Dude, this guy's such a good actor. He's good in that movie with Thor. It's a racing movie. Rush is what it's called. They're like racing rivals. It's really good.
He looks just like one of the guys in Kids from the Hall.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about. Michael Ian Black. Dude, that beat that they play when they walk into Madripoor, that scene was awesome. When they were walking into that like that bar or whatever.
Do you have a theory on who the power broker is?
I think he's just going to be someone that like we'll find. I mean, I don't think we know who he is. Like, I don't think we've seen him yet. I think he's just a new person.
I
Maybe
think we know who she is.
She's not Sharon Carter. No way. I don't think so. That's a little. I think you're supposed to think that. It could be.
Just about to happen?
No. Like he's shaking.
Oh. All I see is young Mark Hamill.
For real, dude. God, he's like his doppelganger, dude.
Oh.
He turned him in. Nice.
Dude, I loved the fight scene with
that was one of the best fights in the entire MCU, honestly, because it was all just like straight up regular people, you know. Have you seen where Sebastian Stan said like when people walk by him on the street, they'll like say longing, rusted, 17, daybreak. They'll try to turn him into Winter Soldier.
Did you catch that? What he just said?
No, I'll back it up.
What Zemo said to him.
Oh, okay.
So that implies some stuff I didn't realize that they had explained in the MCU.
What?
So wasn't his list people that he needed to basically give reparation to?
Well, if you look,
people that he knew.
If you look, there's two sides of it, and one of them is to make amends, and the other one is, I think, people he needs to kill.
Like payback.
Yeah. Going to Isaiah's house.
They're gonna take Isaiah to fucking Wakanda?
Do you know who this kid is? Not the actor, the actual character.
No.
I'll tell you after.
It's a cyborg.
yeah, that's it.
Hold on.
Disney bought Warner.
Pause this.
DC Unite.
Your brother. I think it was the first movie where
you never met my brother. He lives in Birmingham. What are you talking about?
I have met your brother.
Actually, he looks just like me. He's just shorter and 10 years older.
But older.
Yeah.
He's like an older clone of you somehow. Anyways, Jeff's brother Toby. We were watching
I know Toby.
We went to the midnight premiere for one of the Marvel movies. And Thanos was like getting the power gems. I don't remember which movie it was, but Thanos was in it.
The power gems. Listen to you, such a noob.
The Infinity Stones. I don't know where I'm going. I've had half a beer, okay?
Oh, sorry.
So we're sitting there, and Toby leans over and he says, "Is this when Green Lantern shows up?" Dead serious. And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Isn't this where the Green Lanterns deal with the Infinity Gems and stuff? Like it's green."
Were you at the? I think you were there. I know AJ was there and Toby was there when we went and saw Sucker Punch in the IMAX. You were there, right?
I'm pretty sure, probably, yeah. I remember going to see that much.
The very end of the movie, Toby was like, "Dude, that was a really good movie, but like, we'd already seen all that virtual reality shit with the Assassin's Creed." I just stared at him and I was like, "What movie did you just watch? What are you talking about?" He's awesome, dude.
Love you, Toby.
Fuck you, Toby.
Did I ever tell you how I met Jeff?
No, this is a
maybe.
story.
So, Toby was my roommate at one point, and I'd never met Jeff before. Toby had lived with me for maybe 6 months, and Toby's like, "Hey, my brother."
My condolences.
Yeah, that was fun times. But Jeff shows up, and we're all talking, and Jeff is like, "Toby, shut the fuck up and go to your room. I'm gonna hang out with Brian." And Toby went to his room. Jeff and I have been friends ever since.
That's awesome, dude. That's great.
Yeah.
Like, then I started just going over there to hang out with Brian.
Nice. Good stuff. All right, so he's going to see Isaiah.
Let's not go there.
Balls out.
Anthony Mackie's such a good actor.
Him the shield, or just show him?
I was wondering that.
Love to see Grandpa with Captain America.
Well, in the comics, he's actually, like, we find out later, like, that he's actually the first real Captain America before Steve. He takes the super soldier serum before Steve does.
No
I don't know.
shit.
I don't know if that's how they're doing it in the MCU.
I
Party
spilled
foul.
beer all over myself.
Yeah. Turning the captions on has actually helped.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I don't mean to say I can't understand the people. I'm just saying when there's, it's easier to read, you know, when people are talking and stuff. Like me, because I won't shut up.
Damn.
It's just like the Tuskegee experiments and stuff. Jesus Christ.
How old is he supposed to be? Because he was never frozen, right?
I think they age slow just because of the serum and stuff. And plus, like I said, we don't know if he got it in the MCU before Steve did, you know?
Right.
You know he's still strong. He threw that like 10
Oh, yeah.
to the door. Wolverine got him?
I didn't see
What it
what that
looks like.
was. Can we go back and pause it?
Yep. Hold on. There you
Ah.
I'll do it again. I'll pause it when it's on there. There's a delay. I mean, I think it's probably just some kind of like shrapnel or something. I mean, I don't know. Does have kind of
I don't
a
know. It's weird that there's like a straight line. It
yeah.
looks like a power button and like a peanut.
Yeah.
It looks almost like a claw, like you know.
They throw him into a cage match with Wolverine or something.
That's what I was saying. I was
Is
like,
this
oh, Wolverine got him.
confirmed?
Yeah,
Something screwed him up.
Wolverine's old, and
Yeah.
he's really short,
He's
so that's
really
about
old.
it's about where he'd stab him. God, I could never be an actor, dude. I could never do this job.
He's good.
Yeah.
I want to know what that nurse's name was.
What did he say?
My God.
My God. That's his Peggy Carter. Jesus. That scene was hard to watch.
Yeah.
Dude, his sister is awesome.
Rewind where he puts the phone to his ear. I want to see what his screensaver was. Looked like Captain America.
Oh, yeah, it was some kind of silhouette.
If I was him, my wallpaper would be me flying, like with my back facing the ground, taking a selfie.
I'm trying to picture that.
Like with the ground in the background, like you're flying parallel, but like your back, you take a selfie with the ground beneath you.
I like the way they did that in the first episode when he was going against that helicopter, and they showed kind of like a similar like Iron Man view, where the camera's like right here, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on a second. Brian knows what I'm doing. Dude, she is stacked. Sorry, I just wasn't prepared for that.
You and Bernadette.
Shut up, dude. Oh, 4'9" of her.
Sorry.
My mom has that exact same thing in the corner, like that exact same thing. That's cool.
Like cabinet?
Yeah, it's like you put it in the corner, and it's like it doesn't take any space, you know.
Mm-hmm.
This has been Sam's episode. Bucky, where the hell is he?
Nova Scotia.
Well, he asked the Wakandans for a favor.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm gonna need you to give me a new arm where you can't do the piling 5-finger death punch or whatever the fuck it is.
do you think he asked for his own shield?
I don't think so, because like why would he want it? He had it.
Well, he had Cap's shield, not his shield.
Maybe.
He doesn't think he can be Captain America, but he could be something else. So why doesn't he fix it? He can do all kinds of crazy crap.
And he's got YouTube. I mean, you can YouTube
Well,
anything.
and see, this is the one problem with the TV shows. Like, where the fuck was Doctor Strange during WandaVision? You know, like there's in these smaller stories, like Sam should have just called Bruce. Hey, yo, I need my boat fixed. You know, like please. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they're.
Or
I
hey,
get
hey
it.
Tony, will you buy me
Well,
a new boat?
he's dead, but
he dead?
not, but yeah.
Pepper,
Spoiler
will you buy me a new boat?
spoiler alert for the two people that haven't seen Endgame, apparently. Well, there you go. Oh, there he is.
Fuck.
That dude can't turn because there's a turd this big.
That thing's made of styrofoam in real life.
That's a cool looking briefcase. Oh,
new wings because. Well, hold on. I would not be getting near that thing.
Yeah.
Oh, is that gonna be a thing?
Hey, guy with the vibranium arm. Why don't you do this? Well, Bucky's been in Wakanda for a while, you know, so make of that what you will.
What Freon fitting is that? That's huge.
I don't know.
Oh, I totally missed that. They totally addressed it. He's like, why didn't you use the arm? I'm right-handed. That's perfect.
When they had that staring contest, that shit was
oh my god, dude! I was fucking rolling on the floor during that scene, dude. The shrink, you know, and then she said something, and Bucky goes, "You're a terrible shrink." Like, that was awesome.
That look that Falcon just gave him.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm gonna whoop your ass. You bang my sister.
Super soldier or not?
Yeah, seriously.
Could you imagine their kids?
What?
Could you imagine them who's kids?
They're gonna come out with like a vibranium arm.
It's a super semen.
What?
Serum.
Well, him injecting her would be
okay.
semen.
Oh, okay. This went too deep.
See, this is why these shows are great, because this scene would not be caught dead in an MCU movie, but when you have these smaller stories like this, you know,
it would make it into like one of the James Gunn movies. But
yeah,
outside of him,
I meant the Avengers flare. It wouldn't.
Yeah. Zemo said what?
Hold on. we're missing this whole thing.
He still hasn't opened it.
So is that like wings that are just basically a lot more? Well, no, I was gonna say they're more compact, but his wings could already do that shit anyway.
Maybe they're boots with wings on.
With the way he looked at your sister, you're gonna let him stay in the house. Sorry.
Damn right.
Good luck.
This is like an Apollo Creed Rocky type of thing, you know, in Rocky 3 when they're like circling each other at the end, you know.
I love those damn movies.
Yeah, dude. That was when like America made movies. You know what I mean? Like those were like American movies.
Yeah.
Rocky 4 is fucking incredible. That movie is so good. And it's not even the best one of the series.
And the Creed movies are so good too.
Yeah. The first one's excellent. The second one is not quite as good, but because it's not Ryan Coogler, but it's still good. I was talking to Lamar's family. These people can't see what a fraud he is. They probably known him too long.
Dude, grief blinds you.
Yeah. Dude, that is his dad right there.
Absolutely.
Good God.
I can see it now. Escape from Wakanda.
On the surfboard.
Yeah, Silver Surfer is going to show up, and then you can just ride it out, you know?
Yeah. He died because you didn't tell him about the damn serum.
Should have shared it with him.
He only had one.
She knows.
I know, but they could have both had half.
The sister knows.
Quasi human, superhuman serum. He can run a 4.40 now.
Numbers. I got you.
Wyatt Russell is doing an amazing job here. I mean, he's just. This is why I can never be an actor, because the way that people can have total control of their faces is just incredible to me. You know?
Yeah. I always have a smile.
Anybody can do dialogue and talk during a scene and stuff, but like if you can say, like, he didn't really talk much in that scene, but he said a lot. You know what I mean?
All right, pause it real quick. Was it just me, or did you guys agree? Like when they first showed him with the helmet on,
he looked like
how fucking goofy he looked.
Oh yeah,
it's his ears.
Yeah.
His helmet doesn't fit him
the
right.
Helmet,
his ears are like
after
this.
that scene, it looked,
that was absolutely on
like
purpose.
The first one, it was like,
who the fuck is this jabroni? Basically,
like a marshmallow.
They were like, find the worst angle possible.
Yeah.
And
plus
because he had like his bottom chin like stuck out, and his ears were flapped down.
Yeah, and he's completely clean shaven in that, and then the next time you see him when he's fighting, he's like more scruffy and stuff, and like you could tell, it's a progression. But yeah, I noticed that too. I was like, who the fuck is this dork?
That was symbolism for like he doesn't really fill Cap's shoes, like he doesn't fit.
Right. Like I said, he's not Captain America; he's Corporate America.
Yeah. She's
Faptain America.
Calling it here and
you think?
All right, no, dude, that's too.
Dude,
I think she works for.
I think she's got something to.
I'm telling you, dude,
and she's a badass too.
Dude, that scene, but with those shipping containers, that was some cool action.
Yeah, and then when she was done with all that, like she
what?
She had a car waiting there the whole time, and none of the guys that came in like messed with the car.
Well, remember though, she's like this like super like high important like fence for these like art things. And it's really a front, obviously. But sorry.
You mean the power broker?
I think she works for a power broker. I don't think she is power broker directly, and I
don't think anyone actually knows who the power broker is, but it's her.
It's kind of like a what is it? Like it's just a mantle you take up, Yeah,
it's like the Wizard of Oz. Like, she's actually doing everything, but everyone thinks the power broker is just like larger than life.
Yes, it's like the Mandarin in Iron Man 3.
Exactly. God, I hate that movie.
Why did I even bring it up?
Keep bringing it up.
Oh, speaking of which,
this is the third time you've brought it up tonight.
The chick that's in that movie,
worst movie.
The chick that Tony like bangs at the beginning of that movie. You remember the one that was doing all the extremist stuff? She's the same chick in.
Remember.
Well, she's the same chick in Godzilla vs. Kong, right? Same actress. She's been in 2 movies where Pensacola is referenced because Mandarin mentions at the end, like about near the end of the movie, about how like one of the I think he's like when the Exxon Valdez like dropped a bunch of crude oil off Pensacola, and then she's in Godzilla vs. Kong and Pensafola, as I call it. We need to do a reaction on that, or a commentary on that movie, because it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
But it's why did they just use Pensacola? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Like we have the best beaches in the world, some of the best beaches. Like what the hell,
Yeah,
I
made
could
it into
I
like
could
a New
talk about
York
that
City.
forever. Is
Yeah.
Florida that gives most states, which is why like Atlanta is the new Hollywood.
Oh yeah, the
Um,
MCU only films in Georgia, like period. Like that's where everything
That's
is.
because Georgia gives so many
Yeah.
tax credits for filming there.
Florida
You know,
used
I
to,
was,
didn't
you know, I was
Florida
born.
used to.
Yeah, I was born in Atlanta, so sorry. It's all my
That's
fault.
all right. But like Florida used to have a lot of movies that were filmed here in the
Yeah.
like 80s, 90s, and then Florida got rid of all the
Jaws
tax
2 was
credits.
filmed on Navarre Beach, most of it.
they?
Yep. But they got rid of all the tax credits, so no one wants
Yeah.
to film here anymore. It's too expensive. Like, why film here if you can film somewhere else and the state give you money?
Right. All right. So let's see. If it weren't for me, you'd be rotting in an Algerian prison. Who's she talking to?
Speaking of Godzilla,
Oh,
terrible movie.
She's speaking to George St. Pierre, his character.
You know Pacific Rim?
Oh my God. Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen Atlantic Rim. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you heard of Atlantic Rim?
Mm-mm.
So it's a B-movie version, like ripoff of Pacific Rim that was filmed in Pensacola. Like they go through Seville Quarter and like there's dead bodies.
And it's
everywhere.
called Atlantic
Oh,
Rim,
shit.
and it's
Yeah.
the same movie. You know, it's like
And
a
like
ripoff.
they paid Pensacola locals to be like the extras and stuff.
Oh wow.
My wife is friends with like one of the lead actresses because she's just some woman that lives in Pensacola.
Oh wow.
Nice.
But
I could have been in that movie.
Yeah.
I could have played a dead person.
You might have been there and hung over.
George St. Pierre is a fucking badass.
So what's funny is his character in this show, his first name is George. You know, like the same name he has in real life.
Right.
And like when I was reading the captions the very first episode, and it's like George speaking French. I'm like, why are they using his real name? And then I realized like that's actually his character name. I'm like, damn, that's a little on the nose.
Did he stay over at the sister's house?
Yeah.
On the couch.
Well, that's where he is now. We don't know that he slept on the couch. Brown chicken, brown cow.
Well, it doesn't matter where he.
It's where he's acting.
Right. What is he doing? He's gonna go do some parkour with that shield. Gotta get some anger. Gotta get some anger out of him.
How many episodes are going to be in this?
One more after this.
Really?
6? Yeah.
Yep. But the episodes have been longer, so it's actually
series.
I think it's actually longer than WandaVision. Did you watch that, Jeff?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I loved it. I thought
Yeah,
it was awesome.
that shit was awesome.
I kept telling everybody like, just wait.
Yeah.
It's better.
Yeah, it's not what you think. Just stop,
Yeah.
Don't
they drug out the beginning stuff a little too much for me.
Yeah, the
Like,
sitcom
I
stuff
knew
got
it
a
was
little
gonna
old.
change, but
when they got to the 80s, I thought they were gonna have Mary Kate and Ashley make an appearance.
Yeah. That run up where they bring the kids to the like in front of the city hall and stuff. It was exactly like when they run up the hill in Full House. I was like, yes.
The conversations they have, like the sisters, because like she did nothing like growing up, like child star stuff.
Right.
Her sisters were everything.
Yeah,
and now she's totally a
reversed.
Marvel superstar, which is like the franchise you want to be in, other
Well,
than Star Wars.
How would you feel to be what's his name, fucking Luke Hemsworth, who is like the short, ugly Hemsworth, who plays Thor in the play that Loki makes him do in Ragnarok? You know, it's so funny. Dude.
You realize who the other actor is on that stage?
Yeah, it's Sam Neill, who is perfect as Odin, and it's Matt Damon. Matt Damon is fucking Loki, dude. Matt Damon actually played Loki in Dogma, a different type of Loki.
Yeah.
That movie's so good.
Great movie. We
could do some Kevin Smith reactions.
Fuck, dude. I love Kevin Smith. I watched Clerks 3 days ago.
Nice. It's funny because like these guys are like the perfect good cop, bad cop routine, but they're doing it to each other, you know, and not like the perp, you know. Who threw that, Sam?
Way to cut down a tree. Oh, he's practicing.
Well, yeah, you're not a super soldier. That shit would tear your arm off, dude. It's just imagine catching that thing. I'd be getting the fuck out of the way.
Imagine training with that for the first time.
I'd be intimidated as fuck,
Like,
dude. I mean, I'd be so
you'd be
scared.
decapitating
Yeah.
strangers.
Well, it's like using imagine using a lightsaber. The thing has no actual weight other than the hilt, so it's like fighting with a flashlight, and you get one shot at it, or you're like if anything goes wrong, you're done. I think it's cool that was actually Steve's book in Winter Soldier. You know, I don't think Steve actually is going. I think he's still alive, but they are basically just leaving him alone because like Captain America himself is dead. Dang, dang.
How?
I think this is My Name is Earl reference.
Was it what?
My Name is Earl
That was
reference.
such a good show.
I love that show.
His best movie is Pain and Gain.
Oh, yeah, that
Okay.
was great, man.
Ugh. I hate that fucking movie,
You
dude.
didn't like it?
The whole time I'm just like, this is so not real. I know it is. That's the crazy part.
It's totally real.
Yeah.
And
That's Michael
I
Bay's
love how
best
they're
movie.
like, yes, this actually happened. This is real.
Yeah, 1000.
We reassure you, this really happened.
Michael Bay's best movie.
Nah, dude. The Rock. And I don't mean
forgot
Dwayne
about The
Johnson.
Rock.
I mean I mean who's also in Pain and Gain. The actual movie, The Rock.
I forgot he did The Rock. Think fast. Hits him in the back of the head.
It's a good thing Bucky's right-handed. Could you imagine him like jacking off with that vibranium arm? Jesus Christ.
Finger banging his wife.
My God.
We did say this was kid friendly, right?
Yeah, we'll
So
fix it. We'll fix it in post.
I do have a question about the throwing the shield though.
Yes, it's bullshit.
How is it every time it gets back to them, the like two straps are perfectly there for their arm?
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, it's not like the coolest one is in Winter Soldier when Steve actually throws it to Winter Soldier and he catches it like on the rim and he just stops. That shit was because you weren't expecting it. But yeah, how they like
it should be like a magnetic like thing on their arm.
Well, they did that in like Age of Ultron, the very beginning. Like he kicks it up and it like kicks onto his sleeve. But then like after that, they were like, you know what? We'll just let people throw it like a frisbee.
Yeah, physics don't matter.
Yeah, well, I mean, Peter even said it. Hey, that thing does not obey the laws of physics at all when he's fighting Winter Soldier and Falcon. Or no, when he's fighting Cap. Yeah. Civil War might be the best overall movie in the MCU. It's so good.
I haven't watched it in a long time.
Ragnarok is a hidden gem too. That's such a good movie. Taika Waititi made Thor like actually good to watch. Oh my god, that fucking banker. Is it okay if I get a selfie? Like, I wanted to just like shoot that dude.
I know why their business is going bankrupt.
Gas prices.
All they do is sit around and talk about it.
Yeah,
They
seriously,
never
I
actually
was.
go out and
Yeah.
get shrimp.
Well, their boat doesn't work.
I need Lieutenant Dan. He'll show them where the shrimp are at.
I thought it was cool in the first episode they were putting plates together for the homeless and stuff, and they were like bickering the whole time. They're like, "You don't know what Dad wanted and whatever. You weren't here." And then they open the tailgate and take the food to the homeless guys. they're bickering, but they're still like, "Oh, that wasn't very good." See, this is how it should be.
Yeah.
Bucky was calming him down. He kept telling him like, "You can do this." Oh my God!
Oh,
Like somebody
Just died behind him.
feet away, lost their head.
Like he just like went right through the house. Uncle Sam, that's so awesome.
He's got to do the on your left. Please.
I don't know. I think that's kind of his and Steve's thing. That was so perfectly timed in game. This is just a classic '80s training montage.
you just need the Rocky music.
This music isn't very good for this.
No, it's not. I think it's more about Sam's journey than the score. But yeah, because that was in the '80s. It was all like you put that music on and you always knew. Well, here we go, '80s montage.
Yeah. I never thought about the risk reward of like throwing that shield and having it like the thing you just killed somebody with is coming right back at you.
There's a video on this group on YouTube called Corridor Digital. They do like visual effects and stuff, and they did a video on what if Marvel was R-rated. They have one for Star Wars and stuff too, and like they do Civil War, and like every time Steve throws a shield, people's heads are just coming off and stuff, and there's blood everywhere, and it's exactly how it would be. Yeah, seriously. How many episodes have you watched, dude? You can tell he's not an actor.
Yeah.
You've already texted them all. Do you really need the whistle? Like, okay, now go. I hate that trope in Hollywood.
I think he's going to turn against them.
Carly seems different this episode, right?
Yeah.
I kind of like forgot about them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Their whole story was completely changed because they had to get rid of the vaccine plot. You know, they had to basically change everything.
Plot felt like it was a resolution of everything going on with the shield.
Right. Basically, you're going to have a Daredevil season 1 scenario here where the very last episode, Falcon is going to be Captain America in the full red, white, and blue suit with the shield and the wings, and he's going to take the people on. This is the same asshole in the first episode that was like, "Thanks for turning in the shield, Sam. It was the right thing to do." And then an hour later, he was like, "Here's your new Captain America." This guy sucks.
Yeah.
Flag Smashers.
Yep.
Love how their monitors never turned off.
It's like all of them are shocked that there's RGB lighting in.
Who put it on red? Everyone knows purple is the best color. Purple gives you 10% more FPS.
See, that's purple.
Timing.
I think
I'm
he's
assuming it's a new jetpack wing.
I think it's red, white, and blue Falcon armor.
Yeah.
Blacked in America. Ah, damn it. It was... Damn. All right. So here we go with Disney Plus's 10 minutes of credits.
Dude, it's so long. Like I skip them just to see if there's anything out.
Yeah. Sometimes there's good stuff in the credits, like on the written on the walls and stuff.
Yeah, they changed the scenery each time.
Yeah. Oh, based on Marvel Comics. That's where I know Falcon and Bucky from. Oh wait, there's a scene.
Is there?
Yeah, I'm gonna skip to it.
Is this the first one? Because I've looked.
I think so. Yeah, I don't remember him on the other ones. Oh my God, U.S. agent.
Yep.
He's gonna make his own armor. Did you notice his Captain America version had the horizontal stripes, just like a U.S. agent did?
Yeah.
This isn't vibranium. I mean, come on, this isn't gonna do shit. He's nuts, dude. Interesting. Hey, look, Georgia.
Yeah.
All right, there's nothing else.
They call it Y'allwood.
Yollywood?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually kind of funny. So, thoughts?
I liked the episode, but the pacing of it was kind of
Not really
weird.
what I expected, honestly.
Well, I'll be honest, it stole so much focus away from the storyline of the Flag Smashers that I kind of forgot that was unresolved.
Yeah.
Like when it cut to her in the park, I was like, "Oh yeah, those guys."
Yeah, it's like Game of Thrones after they kill the White Walkers. It's like, oh, King's Landing. Ah, shit. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
It was definitely it was really a slow burn kind of an episode. I mean, it had that really cool fight at the beginning though. That fight was good. Yeah. It actually mirrored the first episode a lot. The really good action at the beginning, and then a lot more, dialogue at the end.
Yeah, I was surprised to see Zemo go peacefully. That's something that shocked me.
You think that's the end of?
No, just his little smirk that he had in his face when he was walking away.
I think he knew that the only way to get away from the Wakandans was to go with them.
Yeah,
and to get away from Bucky, because he was kind of like, told Bucky, "Okay, I understand why you did it. You've done it now."
So both sides were going after. Both sides were going after him. He knew he couldn't get away from both of them. He had to go to one. Yeah. So,
I really enjoyed his character being around. So it'll be interesting to see how it is without him there, because I felt like he had a good dynamic with the two of them.
Yeah, that Madripoor episode was legit, where they he tells them about all the different underground stuff that's there, and
I was so excited when they went to Madripoor.
That's an X-Men city.
It had a lot of good scenes. It is. Did you ever play? I can't remember the name of it. It's like a Marvel game.
A what Marvel game?
It was like Diablo style.
Yeah, like Ultimate Alliance.
It wasn't Ultimate Alliance. It was on Steam. It was
X-Men Legends.
I don't remember what it was called. No, it was a Marvel game. It had all the different Marvel franchises in it, but it was like the same vein as Ultimate Alliance, but it was like
Children of the Atom
online multiplayer.
Oh.
Yeah, it was just like Diablo, but Marvel characters. They shut down the servers like a year and a half ago.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. You could be.
It might have just been called Marvel Heroes.
Yeah.
But Madripoor was a huge part of that game. And when they went there, like it brought me back to that game and wishing that it was still around.
That episode was either written or produced by the guy that invented John Wick, and that I got big time John Wick vibes when they killed that chick, or she sniped her, and then like all of a sudden all their phones started lighting up like 1,000 Bitcoin. That's like $60 million, dude.
Yeah, that's wild. I am ashamed to admit this, but I loved the first John Wick. I have not taken the time to watch the other movies.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, so
don't be ashamed, because I have not watched any of them except for the first one.
So
I haven't either.
Wow, you guys suck. So the second one really expands the lore with the Continental and all the different sort of like assassins that they have and stuff, and like you really get to see their world. Like I mean, obviously you know the movie exists. He gets back into the game and he straight up goes to like this. He just goes shopping for his gear, and he's like I need a really nice like tailored suit, and the guy brings it out and it's got like Kevlar like weaved into the tuxedo and stuff, and he's like for appetizers try this, and it's like a Glock, you know, and then he's like here's the main course, and it's like an AR-15. He's like, for dessert I recommend the Benelli fully automatic shotgun, you know, and it's really cool. The third one has some awesome action in it. Halle Berry kicks ass in that movie.
Well, I know I think
she has these dogs that are like obey her every command. It's really cool.
Well, I had watched some interviews with, like, they had spent a long time training with the dogs for that movie.
She moves exactly like Keanu does. I mean, the exact same like you sort of judo flips that she does, you know, where they take people down and stuff, and then like, you know, double tap. Like she does the exact same moves. Looks just like him. They have a really cool.
I haven't seen it, but I've seen like them shooting stuff together. Like on
YouTube. It's really good. I mean, the third one goes a little crazy. Like there's, I mean, you know how movies go. They just get more fast, more furious, you know. And
nine times.
Yeah. Oh god, what a fucking piece of shit that thing has become. And it's still great to watch, but it's like, oh my god, they're going to space next. They're going to fucking space. That trailer just came out a couple days ago.
Back to this episode a little bit. I did think it was interesting with Isaiah saying like, you know, no one would take the shield and be Captain America if you were self-respecting.
No black man.
Yeah, and I was like, I kind of get that, because I when they were going to change it recently, like I actually asked some friends of mine, like, does this discount what Falcon is? Because he's like, he's saying that this is like getting a promotion to this. Like, is that devaluing what he already was?
Right.
So like that's open to interpretation, I guess, from different people. But it was interesting to at least see them talk about that perspective in the show.
Well, I think they knew they would get pushback, you know, by racist white people that think Captain America should be white.
Yeah.
And they could not have gotten more of a like clean cut, blonde haired, blue eyed guy to be Captain America. Right. It's like, really, you know, and like, and then you throw in the fact that like some of Captain America's biggest enemies are Nazis and Hydra, and it's like, that's a little on the nose, guys. You need to like, you know, like, you know, and but that's the point. It's supposed to be like they picked this fucking guy.
Yeah, I do like how the way they slowly transition through this series.
Yeah.
Of, you know, Captain America.
Yeah, arguably John Walker's had the biggest arc in the entire series. You know, and he's going through the exact opposite. Like his and Sam's stories are just like reversed. You know,
right?
Well, that's what I was saying. It was weird in this because the Sam Walker stuff got resolved. Like I was like, okay, this is the finale. It almost felt like to me, because it overshadowed all of the Flag Smasher stuff.
What did I say last week? I was like, after we watched, and we didn't watch it together, but we were talking about the last episode. I was like, he took the Johnny Walker blue and went all Johnny Walker red because the serum was blue, and I was like, I still can't believe that, like, it was exactly like Steve and Iron Man fighting in Civil War when he had the shield and Tony thought he was going to decapitate him and he took out his arc reactor.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they were going for. I never thought I would see that image of like blood just on Captain America's shield, and he's just standing there like, what? And you go back and watch it when it zooms in like on his like left hand and it's like twitching after he does it because people are watching and he's going crazy.
Right.
It's what the serum does to people is interesting. Like it's crazy that Bucky is as well adjusted as he is, considering that everything he went through.
Well, also too, like everybody's been in a situation where they are triggered, they are 100% pissed. Like it happens to everybody.
Yeah.
Like not to the point where you stab someone with a shield, but like you get shaky like that from your adrenaline. But also like that energy level and that shaking and trembling after the adrenaline rush, but also the nervousness of, oh shit, everything's about to change.
He realized
nothing he can do about it at that point.
The beginning of this episode is exactly what happened. Like he realized he messed up big time, and he goes into that warehouse and just like goes on his knees and he's like, "What the hell have I done?" And it's like, I don't know. I don't know why you were picked in the first place.
Yeah.
Are we going to talk about
sure
Margot from Christmas Vacation?
Christmas Vacation.
Margot.
Please tell me you get the reference.
Oh yeah, she's the neighbor. Yeah.
Wait, what? Oh.
Blue hair?
Yeah. I forgot it. Yeah. I don't know Margot. Yeah. So Elaine just sort of shows up from out of nowhere. I totally forgot.
Blue hair.
I totally. Yeah. What the? I totally forgot she was even in this episode. She still looks good. I'm gonna throw it out there.
Guarantee that she was involved in the program and stuff that was
how the fuck did I not get that reference? My wife and I say that all the time. I'm like, why is the dishes dirty, Janina? She's like, I don't know, Colby. Like, all the time.
But yeah, I think she maybe works for the organization.
Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out like they have a lot to resolve in this next episode because like
is she the power broker?
That's what I'm saying. Like, do you notice that like Madripoor is all blue and purple, and that was the streak in her hair? I just threw that out there. I just thought of that. I mean, we don't know, dude. Power broker in the comics has been several different people. One of them is almost like a kind of a sentient like android type of person.
It's sort of a title that gets.
I'm still curious about the business, like a blank business card, white on one side, black on the other.
Might only show up on the backlight.
Maybe it's also kind of like a psychological thing. Like, hey, you don't call us, we call you.
Right.
And I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
But it was just weird how she just kind of showed up, and the way they kind of like framed her feet, and it was like, are they revealing the fact that Julie Louis-Dreyfus is this character, or are they revealing, is the character important or is the actress important in that scene?
Right.
And I think maybe she's power broker. That could be interesting.
I mean, she is a pretty big. Didn't she win like an Emmy and Oscar?
Oh yeah, for that show. That show Veep. I never actually watched it, but apparently it's good.
Well, the only reason why I could think to highlight her feet is the purple boots, and have we seen a character at all in the old Cap movies?
The only purple
her hair, I think, was purple. I don't.
The only purple stuff that really comes into play in the MCU is the purple shape, the heart-shaped herb from Wakanda, and the Madripoor. I mean, I can't think of any other purple, and Zemo, but I mean, like that's,
like Sokovia and stuff.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
I wonder what Walker is thinking, that he's just gonna go weld a shield together. And
well, I mean that's kind of,
he's obviously lost his mind. Yeah, he's obviously lost his mind.
But
it's
he's a super soldier now, so
that's true. He probably it's more of a symbol, like, hey, I am Captain America. You can't take the shield away from me. Here it is.
Right. I've got my own shield.
Yeah.
So I don't know. As far as how this stacks against other episodes, how do you guys feel? Like for me, this was not.
It's weird. It's weird because like there's a lot of good parts to it, but overall, I still think the Madripoor episode was just was the best one.
I think that's my favorite.
Visually,
I think my favorite part of this episode, definitely the boat. Bucky and Sam on the boat.
That was a cool moment. That was a cool moment. Yeah. This episode almost felt like a Joss Whedon episode. Like you got a lot of like character stuff and a lot of like quips, like one-liners and stuff, and there was action, but like this one felt different than I thought it was going to. Like I thought it was going to be straight up blitzkrieg on John Walker, like the whole country was going to turn against him. And that kind of happened with the court martial thing, but like I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out who the villain of the story is. Like Power Broker's just sort of around. Are they going to resolve that later? Like is Power Broker going to be like a bigger villain later on in the later MCU movies? I mean,
I don't know. I'm kind of curious about that because you're right. There's one more episode, right?
Yeah. Wait, it could be. This one was an hour. Well, an hour with 10 minutes of credits.
Yeah, I don't imagine it'll be somewhere between about an hour and a half. Like,
yeah.
They've got a whole lot to resolve. I feel like.
Yeah. I feel.
But this episode did have probably the best fight scene.
Yeah. Yeah, the opening, like the helicopter scene, that reminds me of like Independence Day when they're going through the canyon and stuff. That was a cool thing. The fight at the beginning of this movie was personal. Like it was gritty and just, just like visceral.
It was choreographed in a way that also felt real. Like we were all cringing.
That's how these three guys would fight each other. And then like when the two of them like threw Walker at the end and then they all kind of collide, it was kind of like
the arm break. Like when they broke his arm, like all of us were like, oh, and when he threw him into the drop kick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like that was one of the
it hit all three of them, and it was like okay, this fight's over, no one really won. I mean, Sam was holding his own, but Walker had him until Bucky got back up.
Yeah,
well, you gotta think Walker too. I mean, he's trained killer.
Yeah, even without the serum, he's on Sam's level, even without the serum.
Yeah, because he was throwing the shield and stuff. Yeah, you saw videos of him training with it, and he looked pretty freaking good with it before he took the serum.
So predictions for the next episode. I think the Flag Smasher stuff is going to get resolved first because ultimately I think they're trying to set up John Walker as being the main villain of the story, and I think we probably will find out who Power Broker is if we haven't already. But I think the Power Broker stuff is going to continue to happen in other type of stuff, like maybe that's a Black Panther 2 type of storyline, because remember they don't introduce things and then immediately like close them. Like certain story beats go through several different movies,
Yeah, like you might not even hear about it again in
right. Like
4 movies.
Like it's not like WandaVision is over. All that shit that happened is gonna get brought up again. I mean, White Vision is out there. It's not like he just disappeared.
Yeah. Which he is the new Vision, correctly?
Right.
Yeah. Well, so 2 things. One, I thought it was interesting, like how even though we had a lot of Wakandan stuff so far through this, the last 2 episodes, they haven't brought anything up about Black Panther at all. Which still tells me that Marvel's figuring out what to do.
I think they're still kind of on the fence. Have you seen? There's a new petition the last couple of days where they people want to recast Black Panther.
Yeah. So that's interesting to me. But so that shows that Marvel still doesn't really know what they want to do to handle the situation.
I would really hate to be in that position because they had a really good plan for Black Panther 2 and onward moving forward. I mean, T'Challa was going to be one of the main new Avengers along with Captain Marvel and Spider-Man.
I mean, he was basically going to be like one of the elder, not old, elder Avengers that actually has experience for the new.
Yeah, because Iron Man and Thor, I think they've had to rethink their stance on Thor because I really think. I mean, obviously Iron Man and Cap are done, and I think Thor was gonna bow out after Thor 4 more Thor, and basically. And I think they're having to basically realize, okay, like we need to have one major headliner because I don't think people care that much about Captain Marvel. It's almost like she's too OP You know, when she showed up in Endgame, it was like, okay, cool, they've won now. Great. You know, I mean,
her movie was really good. So that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of
it was a Phase 1 MCU quality movie that happened in Phase 3, basically. Like,
yeah,
like
I enjoyed the movie.
It came out too late.
It was great. But so here's the problem. If you read any comic with Thanos, like he has so many, like he's not just the Hulk and smart, like they kind of
right, yeah, with the energy beams and all that shit.
Yeah, he has energy beams. He's incredibly intelligent, and he has all these other things and quirks about him that they didn't bring into the movies.
I think they did him pretty good though.
Captain Marvel was still like 1000% what she is in the comics, and they didn't give Thanos that same.
Yeah, but then she pretty much has him on the ropes, and then he pulls the Power Stone out of the gauntlet and sort of beats her with it. So it's not like Thanos was a bitch. I mean, Scarlet Witch had him for a little bit.
I feel like him and Captain Marvel should have had a much more epic battle if they had given him his cosmic rays and stuff.
Yeah, the problem is like you can't introduce Captain Marvel at this late stage and then have her just be Superman, basically. And unfortunately, like that's what she is.
They did. I mean,
I know, but I'm saying like
strong.
I'm saying like, yeah, exactly. Like they couldn't have her be the hero. Like at the end of the day, it had to be Tony. There was no doubt. Yeah. There was no doubt.
He started the whole Marvel universe,
right?
For the movie wise, anyway.
But back to the episode though. I forgot what I was going to say about it earlier before I got distracted by Thanos being awesome.
Episode 6, 6 predictions.
So I think John Walker is actually going to show up during the fight. So I have a feeling that Falcon's going to show up wearing his new armor, which I also want some predictions on what you think that's going to look like. But I think that Falcon's going to actually be winning that fight. And U.S. Agent is going to show up wearing his crazy new homemade outfit, and he's going to interrupt things enough to make Falcon struggle on his own, and Bucky will come in and help.
Well,
that's what I think.
And I don't want to. I mean, I don't want to get into spoilers that I think may come true because obviously I don't know what's going to happen. But obviously we know the team that Zemo and U.S. Agent build later on.
Yes, we do.
Thaddeus Ross is still out there, so they may go. I don't think Zemo and John Walker are going away. Like they may be like this main story may be resolved at the end of this episode, or the end of the series. But I think
would be a crazy way to end the show.
I think they will end on a cliffhanger. I think they will be. I think it'll be on a cliffhanger where it's like Zemo's like, I tried to break the Avengers down from within. It kind of worked, but in the end, they proved to be too strong. It's time to make our own team, And the Thunderbolts will be a great storyline. But how could you have that? How could you just have one season of this show and then be like, "Yo, we're doing the Thunderbolts. Peace out, bitches. Later."
Well, so the problem right now, I feel like for the phase of Marvel movies is, what do you follow up with after Thanos? Like there are no other established villains.
I mean, who they cast to be Kang the Conqueror, right?
No, I didn't even know you didn't cast.
So, have you seen that show on HBO, Lovecraft Country? It came out last year. The main dude in that. I haven't
watched it, but I know what you're talking about.
The main dude in that, I think his name is Jonathan Davis, I think. I haven't seen it yet either. He apparently has been cast to play Kang in Ant-Man 3, which I think is a perfect way to introduce him because he is like one of the greatest villains Marvel's ever had, especially like over different times. And we know they're bringing in the new Avengers. I mean, like how many people have they brought in recently that are part of the new Avengers? And he's a big time new Avengers villain. And if you watch, I think the second Ant-Man, when they go and find Catwoman, Michelle Pfeiffer, there's like a city in the distance, and a lot of people think that's Chronopolis, where Kang is like that's like his time, like capsule city or whatever. So introducing him as part of the quantum realm could be perfect because he could just pop in and out of history whenever, which I think is going to tie into the Loki show too. That show is going to be nuts.
That's going to be lit. Dude. Yeah. I think that's the most I'm probably most excited about Loki out of
Yeah.
anything Marvel right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's the best. I mean, Thanos is great. Josh Brolin did a great job, but like Loki's the best villain in my opinion, just because like, and it's not even villain. He's almost like the best character. He's
likable, you know.
Yeah, other than Nebula,
he-
he's had the best arc of the entire.
Did you know that
series.
he originally was auditioning for the role of Thor?
Yeah,
Was
dude,
he really?
it's weird. Like it's weird because like most of the time when you see Loki on screen, you see him next to Thor, you know, and the dude that play Tom Hiddleston's like 6'2", 6'3". Like
he's tall.
He's tall, and he's like, but you don't notice it, you know, next to Thor, and you see him next to regular people, and it's like, yeah, he could have pulled that off. Because I mean, Chris Hemsworth wasn't big, you know, until he, you know, was.
Yeah, that would have been so.
I think he could have pulled it off.
Would we be living?
You know, not to get onto a Star Wars tangent, but would he be just perfect as a young Palpatine? I mean, can you imagine that? Like, if they were to make the Darth Plagueis book a movie, just make it a one-off, you know, non-canon, whatever. Imagine him as a young Palpatine. That's perfect, right?
I can see him pull it off.
Yeah.
And he's really good at impersonating other people too, so he's a great actor to pull in to like play a younger version of an older character because he's just so good at impersonations. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think Falcon's new armor will be like? Do you think they're going to do the Stars and Stripes from the comics, or do you think they're going to go an alternative approach since it's coming from Wakanda?
I mean, remember how they kind of had the Iron Patriot in Iron Man 3, you know? I think it'll basically just be a like less bulky version of that. I don't know if they're gonna go this like I don't know if the wings are gonna have like stripes on them or anything, but I think it'll just be like you'll know it when you see it. It's like that's our new Captain America. You know, I don't think he's gonna be Falcon anymore. I mean, he will have the wings and stuff, but I mean, I think at the end of this episode, he's going to be Captain America. And I mean, has Marvel ever like? Can you think of a bad costume they've ever had? You know. I mean,
Captain America on second episode. What was that one?
Yeah.
That's
true. The OG Avengers cap, not the World War II cap, but the Avengers Captain America was a little kind of, and he even says he's like Stars and Stripes, isn't that a little old fashioned? Like I think it's supposed to be nostalgic, you know. But yeah,
I think they're going to go a different route.
What color? I mean, what do you think they're going to go with?
I think that they are going to go with some symbolic, like because they've been dealing with all the racism stuff. I feel like they're going to do something different.
Interesting, but I mean, he's going to have the shield. He's going to be Captain America. I mean, how can they not go with white and blue? You know,
I don't know. They could merge things. The Wakandans wear a lot of stuff that's red and gold.
Yeah.
So I mean, I could see them giving him something just different.
Yeah, could be interesting. I really like Bucky's new arm design. The kind of gold and like gunmetal color like mixed in together, and the way it kind of like morphs and stuff. It's vibranium is really cool. I mean, they didn't have the rights to adamantium and stuff when they started making this, so they basically made vibranium adamantium in name only. You know.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens next, but I think it'll be a good episode. Hopefully, full of a lot of action. I expect maybe 15 minutes or so of build up in the next episode to establish a fight, and
it's almost got to be like the last hour of Endgame, basically. I mean, obviously not that scale, but I mean, like
I can't believe they're only making 6 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't. Well, they don't plan to do a second season or anything.
Yeah, I mean, the budget for these shows is just insane. I mean, they've gone to all these European countries and stuff, and I mean, the CGI, like you don't see this level of stuff in TV.
Oh,
you know?
No. What's weird
other than HBO
is like they keep pushing back the Black Widow movie and when they're going to release it. Like they really want to release it in theaters, but
that movie was supposed to be out a year and a half ago.
They obviously they have the viewing numbers from WandaVision and from this, and both of these shows have done extremely well,
Yeah.
but they still don't want to release it on Disney Plus, which tells me that they're
Well, they
probably gonna
are.
follow
They
the
are
movie.
releasing. The official stance right now is they're releasing it on Disney Plus with the premiere access. You pay the $30 or whatever it is.
When?
July 9th. I'm throwing that out there. They pushed it back 2 more months. But yeah, it's sometime in July. But
I have a feeling that won't be very good.
You mean the movie at all, or their decision to not do it in theaters?
No, the movie at all. Like they've been delaying it for
It's
so
almost
long.
it's almost like
been...
it's almost like a New Mutants thing at this point. It's like, just fucking release it. We don't care how bad it is, dude.
Well, that's what I mean. Like they're like Godzilla vs Kong just proved that you can release something direct to stream and still make a ton of money. And
the Snyder Cut
broke records.
Snyder Cut. I mean,
yeah, yeah. DC's stupid that they are calling that quits. But anyways, and I'm not even.
That's a whole other.
Like
that's a whole other 10-hour conversation.
Yeah, that cut proved me wrong. That was.
And the crazy thing is, it's the same movie. The story beats. The story beats are exactly the same. It's the same movie. It's just the details change. Like we talked about it earlier before Jeff was here. But like, imagine if the Star Wars prequels were good. Like the story that's there is good. The execution is horrible.
I know you hadn't watched all the Star Wars movies until somewhat recently, right? Mm-hmm. But you've watched all of them.
Yeah.
All of them.
No.
Which ones have you seen?
I've seen. I don't think I've watched the Ewoks one since I was a little kid.
That actually, those just came out on Disney Plus a couple weeks ago, along with the animated part of the Hollywood special.
I love those. The Caravan.
You can't watch them now, dude. They're so hard to watch. Like I tried to
not age well at all.
I tried to rewatch like G1 Transformers like a couple months ago with my son. Dude, he's like, "Why does this look so bad?" I'm just sitting here shaking my head like, "I don't know, man. I can't tell you. It's horrible."
Yeah, the Caravan of Courage.
Yeah, and then the Battle for Endor.
But yeah, is there anything else you guys want to?
Not about this episode. I mean, maybe we just kind of go into some stuff we're going to be covering. Stuff to look out for.
Yeah, so I guess I would say for anyone that did take the time to watch this, thank you.
All three of us.
We plan to put more of these out. If you have any ideas or feedback or whatever that's constructive, please share it. If you just tell us we suck, that's great, but tell us why at least. Yeah, and if there's any shows you want our take on or movies you want our take on, let us know. I know Colby, you and I were talking about doing a Mortal Kombat thing, kind of like this for the original Mortal Kombat movie, and
do a rewatch and more of like a running commentary of the movie, of the original one, instead of a true reaction, because we've all seen it. And then maybe
I can tell you.
I think the new one's coming out in a week. I think.
Yeah, and then I can tell you about the time I had hot wings with Shake Song.
I think I was that at Paracon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think I was there.
Oh, you were there because you carried the Hulk's bag.
Okay, that's the story. Have you ever told Jeff that?
No.
So, Amber rolls up. Like I'm walking outside to go get my armor bin. It was so hot, the air conditioning didn't work, and it sucked. So she pulls up, and like Lou Ferrigno just gets out of the driver's seat or the passenger seat, and like I'm like 5 feet from him, and he's not that. He's like 5'11", dude. Like, I mean, he's a big dude still.
Horizontally, he's huge,
yeah.
But yeah.
So he gets out, and like, 'cause she was bringing him to the event or whatever, and he gets out, and she introduced me, and he's like, "Hey, is Eric here yet?" And I'm thinking like, I don't know. And he's like, Eric Roberts, and I'm like, oh shit. Like, because everybody in Hollywood knows each other, and I was like, no, he had to cancel, and he was like, oh crap. He's like, would you mind holding my bag, carrying my bag for me? And I'm like, the Incredible Hulk needs help picking something up? Yeah, give me the bag, I'll take it. Dude, this fucking bag weighed like 200 pounds because he had nothing but like signed photos in there, and they were all framed glass. This is a big like duffel bag, like
That and protein bars.
Yeah, and he gets out and he's like, he's got it, like sling behind his back or whatever with one arm. He's like, "Would you mind carrying this?" I'm like, "Sure." And I was like, in my head, I'm thinking, Incredible Hulk needs help lifting something, and it was fun.
I got sent to go get him lunch from Subway, and like he was very specific with his sandwich requirements.
Yeah,
and
I want like
the
2.5
dude at Subway
egg white
like
omelet.
Yeah, the dude at Subway didn't put enough lettuce on it. And I was like, "This is literally for the Incredible Hulk. Put some more."
You would not like him when he's angry.
Yeah, and he's like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "This is for Luke Rigno. Put some more spinach on it."
What's funny is growing up, like I would do impersonations of the Incredible Hulk because that's all I watched up until I was like 6.
That show lasted forever.
Man, that was so good. I loved it.
Is that on Disney Plus?
The OG one? I don't think so.
Yeah. I wonder who owns the rights to that.
I'll have to look that up. Channel 4.
Yeah. You ever watch the crossovers with Daredevil and Thor?
No.
Oh,
did you even know he had crossovers?
No, I knew there was like a
feathers or whatever.
I knew there was like a 1970s like Spider-Man where like he's climbing up the building and it's literally they're filming it sideways and he's just walking on the floor.
Yeah, the one where he has like a Power Rangers mech.
That's like the old Adam West Batmans when they're acting like they're climbing up.
Those hold up, dude. You're watching you're watching a 1966 comic book like come to life.
Yeah,
you know.
My favorite,
except for with the bat spray.
Well,
when he's on the helicopter and the bat or the shark is like got him by the leg. He's like, "Robin, give me the shark repellent." He sprays the shark.
Dude, they made a pinball machine for Batman. So you've played it. I know you've played it. I don't know if you've seen that, Colby, but
the OG one.
Stern made a Batman 66 pinball machine like 2 or 3 years ago, and it's all themed after the show. It is so
got the red bat phone.
Was it? I think it was you that told me. Maybe I told you. Ready Player One, the very first race when the 1966 Batmobile it breaks. It's about to go over this cliff, and it breaks and it goes. It's like the actual Batman sound. It's so good. Yeah. I don't know how well that came across, but
that would be a fun movie for us to watch and just kind of like call out things as we see them. That'd be a long video, but like
that movie is
call out every reference we spot.
Movie is a mind fuck. Like visually, just you cannot see everything in that movie.
So much nostalgia. It's so great.
Yeah.
When I bought the Blu-ray, I spent almost an entire day like walking around in front of my 70-inch, like pausing it, like
What's
especially when they go into the warehouse. The first thing you see is Pee Wee Herman's bike.
And the
the only dumb thing about and it's not that you can't do anything about it, but it's like there's no future characters in that movie beyond the 2018 that they made it in. In other words, like it takes place in 2045 or something. So like where's all the characters that came out between 2020 and 2045? And it's like they're all like they said, okay, look, you can't have any original characters. It's got to be all people that have been around. Because I mean, obviously they don't know what characters are going to be out after that. You know what I mean? Right. They should have. Well, I mean, their avatars are kind of interesting. You know.
Well, it was based on what's his name, like the creator, like his favorite era was the 80s. You know?
Yeah. Oh, the book is amazing.
Ready Player 2 is also really good.
So I was
not finished the book yet.
I was on the. Oh, you haven't finished? Okay, I won't say anything. I was on the fence about it for the first half of it, but I ended up liking it overall, but nowhere near as good as the first one. But I mean, that's
the first one's amazing, but. Like his house and his training simulator he has. Like I won't go into detail, but I'll tell you when we're done. But I don't want to spoil anything. But anyways,
we're gonna do some more, reactions and commentaries and stuff, and just we'll probably have just kind of a podcast where we just kind of sit around and just drink and talk about stuff,
random,
kind of like we're doing now. Stuff. And we'll probably play some. We'll stream some, video games. I'm really into Star Citizen. I know Brian's played it a little bit. We may do that. We may play some board games virtually. We may play some we may film us playing some board games, around the table or something. So Jeff, as I understand it, you're a huge Dungeons and Dragons guy. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I was telling him that your brother got into it.
Yeah, I've never played it. I mean, as crazy as that is, I've played tons of games that are based on the D&D rule set, but I've never actually played real
it's fun,
D&D.
man.
I'd be interested.
Definitely opens your horizon, makes you definitely think because it's all in your mind, you know. It's all
Right.
There's no.
I'd go full.
I mean, you
Leroy,
have
I'd
player
go Leroy
sheets and
Jenkins and
stuff
get
like
killed in the
that. But
first.
there's no board game that you just move your
Yeah.
pieces around the map. You know, it's you think of it and try to make it happen.
There's no rule to what you can decide to do. So, like, if you walk into a room and the DM will be like, "There's a dude over here at the table with his wife, having a drink. There's some guy at the bar, and then this guy over here mumbled something."
What do you want to do?
Kill the whole
and
run.
You could say, yeah, you could say that, or you could say, I go back outside.
Me and you got
and the DM's like, shit, man, because he's the DM, the dungeon master. He's got everything.
Right.
He kind of tries to steer you where he wants the story to go, but you don't have to play by his rules. You can do whatever you.
Time we played D&D together, I was like Groot basically, and I think you were a dwarf, right? You were like a cage fighter. But we walk into this bar and these two guys were being racist towards tree people, and like he picked a bar fight with them. So like within 10 minutes of starting the match, we're having a bar because
people are getting tossed through windows and shit. Get out of my tavern.
Yeah, it was awesome. Then the pub burned down and we saved the bar.
And my little nephew, he's not little, he's like 26, 27 now, but
he's a cool guy.
Yeah, he actually runs games, and he's awesome at it because his dad is the one that taught me how to play when I was a kid. So he's been playing ever since before he could talk,
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, man, he's really good. He's got all the books, everything. I mean, he's really good. So if you ever want to get up, I mean, we could film that.
Yeah, for sure.
Games last forever though. So
yeah, it'd be long stream.
But yeah, that'd be definitely something that we could do.
Yeah, we need more people, but
yeah, I mean, it's something we could, later on.
I'd say the ideal D&D is like 1 DM and then maybe 4 like players.
Yeah. You could get as many as you want, but it just takes forever like to roll and to do initiative.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you would enjoy it, Colby.
Cool. We'll check it out.
Yeah.
You guys have anything else you want to talk about before we end it?
No, I want to. Football season's coming up in a couple
months. God.
I can't wait to see you guys duking it out over some college football.
Are you a Georgia fan?
0 stakes in it.
No, I'm an Alabama fan. My parents met at Alabama.
I can't even talk shit to you.
Yeah, I know. It's not. Here, I mean,
he said Georgia, and his face turned red.
Yeah, I was like,
well, he said he was born in Atlanta, so
yeah, we moved here when I was like 2. My parents met in Tuscaloosa, so I literally owe my life to that university. So yeah,
right.
Actually,
I really don't even mind Alabama. They're fans or something.
You're Florida.
You don't lose, you can be. Yeah,
you're Florida, right? Yeah, okay, that's it. Makes sense based on Toby's allegiance.
Yeah, well, Toby's not. We won't get into that.
Love you, Toby.
But yeah, I couldn't give 2 shits about the NFL. Like, I mean, I'll watch the playoffs and stuff, but like, once they graduate,
and I've always been like that. The last time I was like really into the NFL, Dan Marino was still a quarterback.
Yeah, college is so much better. It's just not the same, dude, in the NFL.
The only thing I enjoy more about that is like I have a really hard time keeping up with all the names of the players and stuff.
Right,
and so with the NFL, like you at least have people that are there more long term, so it's a little easier for me to keep up with.
It's interesting because I think
keep track of all the.
I find it the opposite. Even though you're right, based on pure numbers, you're right. But like I follow recruiting a lot, so like every recruiting cycle, I'm like, oh, this is this kid, or like, but fucking free agency. I mean, like every year, like basketball is the worst. Dude.
Oh, basketball's horrible.
I mean, Jesus, they like changed.
It's like, oh, you want a winning season?
Yeah.
And guess what? They won the fucking championship.
Yeah. Right.
It's like, oh, well, we'll get LeBron on our team, and then everybody will.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
but I guess that's it for tonight, though. Unless you guys have anything.
No, I think we're good. We'll probably pick it up next week around the same time for the last episode of Winter Soldier, and then probably
same time, same fan channel.
Yeah, I was gonna go there, but you made it lame. Well, we were talking about Batman 66 earlier, so I decided not to. But yeah, we're gonna cover Loki once that's out. I mean, we probably will have hours of speculation on that show. I mean, that's gonna be insane.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we'll see you next week. In the meantime, fan out.
Fan out.
Like
See you
and
guys.
subscribe.
Oh yeah. Shameless plug.
See you guys.